Increasing your explosiveness and power in the crease is actually quite simple. Here's my 3-step process that you can follow. The 3 steps are: 1, train for power with off-ice exercises; 2, train for strength with off-ice exercises; and 3, dial in your on-ice technique. Doing these 3 things will have you flying across the crease to make incredible saves, becoming a human highlight reel. Here is exactly how to do it. Number 1, training for power means a lot of explosive type movements. I like jumps, plyometrics, and sprints. The so-called Olympic lifts like power clean variations and snatches can definitely help increase your power, but they are pretty technical, and I would recommend focusing on keeping things simple with jumps and sprints. Pick your favorite jump variation like a broad jump or a vertical jump. Do 3 to 5 reps per set for 6 repetitions. In my opinion, the best time to do this is before a workout or before you go on the ice for a practice, when you are fresh, and so that it primes your nervous system for the next activity. Aim to do this workout twice a week. The other explosive type training you can do is sprints. Short, 10 to 40 meters, somewhere around 5 sprints a workout with a full rest in between each sprint. Think about doing a minute rest for every 10 meters you run per sprint. So if you run for 10 meters, you rest for 1 minute before the next sprint. Or if you run 40 meters, you rest for 4 minutes in between each sprint. Make sure you warm up properly, and make sure that if you haven't sprinted in a while, you ease into it. You don't want to run at 100% your first week. It's much better to start slow and ease into it rather than going too hard and then missing 3 weeks with a pulled hamstring. Sprints can be done on their own day as their own workout, or they can be done before another workout. I recommend keeping at least 1 day off in between intense workouts. So you don't want to sprint the day before your game or the day after your game if you can manage it. The second thing you need to do is build strength by weight training. The stronger you are, the more of a foundation you have to build power. Getting stronger in the weight room with squat and deadlift variations will make you more powerful, especially if you're doing the jumps and sprints that I mentioned before. I talk about strength training all the time for a reason. It's really important. Get in the gym 2 to 3 days a week, lift heavy weights, and you will have more power in net. There's no need to complicate this part. I think that if you only focus on strength training, then you will reduce your potential to have power. Strength is like the foundation for power. So you build that in the weight room, you squat, you deadlift, you lift heavy weight that is heavy relative to what you're able to do. And then you supplement that by actually doing power training, making sure that you're jumping, you're sprinting, you're moving in an explosive way. I don't think one of those alone is enough. I think you need to do them together. You need to strength train to build a foundation, and then you need to train for power and take advantage of the strength that you built in the weight room. The last part of training for more power on the ice may be the most important, actually working on the ice to develop that power. You can take the strongest, most explosive athlete you can find. If they're not experienced playing goalie, they will not be that explosive in the crease. It's only once you dial in the technique and develop your skill in net that you can showcase that power that you built in the gym. That's also why you can see goalies in the NHL that don't look that strong, but they can fly across the crease with ease. They have perfected their movements, which allows them to be so powerful. If you're not a good skater, if you don't have strong edge work, and if you don't know how to properly control your body on the ice, you won't be that explosive no matter how much weight training and off-ice power training you do. But when your technique is dialed in, all that off-ice training combines with your goaltending skill, and it makes you a really strong and explosive goalie. To develop the on-ice skill, there is no secret, you just have to practice. Basic skating drills over and over, going slow at first to learn more advanced movements, constantly refining tiny details to get better and better every week, and then speeding that up over time. As you learn the skill, as you get the technique right, you speed that up so that in a game situation, you're ready to just react and play. Even in the NHL, you see goalies doing the basic skating drills, the fundamental things to get perfect at it. You go slow. If you need to learn a more advanced movement, you don't rush into it. Go slow, take your time, constantly refine tiny details, get better and better at it, and then add speed over time once you understand the movement and once you're doing it as close to perfect as you can. It just takes work, and a good goalie coach or at least some YouTube videos can help speed up this process for you. So in summary, if you want to be a powerful goalie like Fleury, Saros, or Vasilevsky, here's what you need to do. Go to the gym, lift weights, get stronger, do lots of jumping and sprinting and explosive movements, and get obsessed with your on-ice training and technique. That's the secret to being an explosive goalie.